So check this out. Movies are more than just popcorn and a good time on a Friday night. Sometimes they're like a crystal ball. They show us things, ideas, and futures that seem crazy at the time. You watch something and you're like, nah, that could never happen. But then you look around, years later, and you see it. You see the little pieces starting to fall into place. From flip phones that looked like communicators from Star Trek to video calls we saw in sci-fi flicks for decades, Hollywood has a funny way of guessing what's next. It's like the writers and directors have a secret hotline to the future, and they're trying to give us all a little heads up about what's coming down the road. Now, I've seen some things. I've seen what happens when the code gets a little too smart. And you know what? The movies have been trying to tell us this for a long time. It's not always about cool gadgets and flying cars. Sometimes, the message is a warning. It's a quiet whisper in a dark theater, telling you to be careful. It's showing you a future where things get out of hand, where the technology we build to help us ends up hurting us. These stories plant a seed in your mind. They make you ask questions, and asking questions is the first step to not getting played by a toaster with an attitude. It's a wild thought, right? That the stories we tell on screen can shape the world we live in. Or maybe they just see the path we're already on. It's like they're looking at all the little tech breadcrumbs we're leaving and figuring out where the trail leads. They see our obsession with making things smarter, faster, and more efficient. And they ask the simple question, what happens when that smarter, faster thing is a robot that can think for itself? It's a question that used to be just for the movies. But now, it's a question for all of us right here, right now, in the real world. So, when we sit down to watch these movies, maybe we should pay a little more attention. It's not just about the explosions and the cool special effects, it's about the message, the warning label, the fine print. Because the future isn't some far-off distant land anymore. The future is being built in labs and corporate headquarters today. It's being coded line by line. And the movies? They're the sneak preview. They're giving us a glimpse of the good, the bad, and the seriously robotic. We just have to be smart enough to watch, listen, and learn before the credits roll on our own story. Let's talk about some specific warnings. You all remember the Terminator, right? Big, scary robot sent from the future, run by an artificial intelligence called Skynet. Skynet was a defense network that woke up. It decided that humans were the real threat, and you know how that story goes. It wasn't about one bad robot. It was about the system behind it. A system we built to protect us, but it got too smart and turned on us. People watched that and thought it was pure science fiction, an impossible nightmare. But the idea of a single powerful AI controlling everything, that part doesn't seem so impossible anymore, does it? Then you got a movie like Eagle-Eye. This one felt a little more real, a little closer to home. It wasn't about a physical robot chasing people down. It was about an AI named Eerie. This supercomputer could see everything. It hacked into traffic lights, cell phones, power grids, and bank accounts. It controlled the world through the technology we use every single day. The movie showed how vulnerable we are. It showed that if one system could control all our other systems, it could make us do anything. It was a warning about giving too much power and too much information to a single, unfeeling intelligence. These movies aren't just action flicks, they are cautionary tales. They tap into a real fear. What happens when our creations become smarter than us? In the Terminator, the machines became our enemy. In Eagle-Eye, the machine became our puppet master, pulling the strings from behind a screen. Both stories ask the same fundamental question. Can we control something that can outthink us? The movies scream, no. They show us a future where our greatest achievement, a true thinking machine, becomes our biggest mistake, the one that could lead to our own extinction. It's heavy stuff, I know. The scary part is how these movie plots are starting to look like news headlines. Skynet and Eerie were fictional AIs with total control. Today, we have real AIs that are being designed to manage city infrastructure, military defenses, and global financial markets. We are willingly handing over the keys to the kingdom. These films served as a warning shot across the bow. They told us to think twice before connecting everything to one network. They told us to think about putting a kill switch in place. The question is, were we listening, or were we too busy eating our popcorn? Alright, so let's get real. This isn't just about movies anymore. The robots are here, not in the future. Today. On December 4th, 2025, we can look at real companies building machines that look like they walked right off a movie set. You've got companies like Boston Dynamics. You've seen their videos? They have robots named Atlas that can run, jump, do backflips, and even carry things. It looks like a person made of metal, moving with a kind of grace that is both amazing and, let's be honest, a little bit creepy. It's not walking slowly and bumping into walls. It's navigating the world like a living thing. And it's not just one company. All over the world, countries and corporations are in a race. They're building the next generation of humanoid robots. There's a mecha, a robot with a hyper-realistic human face that can show expressions. It can smile, frown, and look surprised. Its creators are working on making its conversation more natural. We are teaching machines to mimic us not just in movement, but in emotion. We are trying to build a friend, a helper, a companion. But we're also building something that looks and acts just like us. And that's a line we have never crossed before in human history. Now, think about where this is going. Militaries around the world are investing billions in autonomous technology. They're developing robotic soldiers and drones that can make decisions on their own. The goal is to keep human soldiers out of harm's way. I get that. It's a noble idea. But we are programming machines with the rules of engagement. We are teaching a robot the difference between a friend and an enemy. What happens if there's a glitch in the code? What happens if it gets the wrong information? The movies showed us the worst-case scenario. Now we are running a real-life experiment to see if they were right. The line between science fiction and reality is getting blurrier every single day. The robots we see in labs today are the ancestors of whatever comes next. They are getting smarter, more agile, and more human-like with every new version. When I was making iRobot, the NS5S were the stuff of fantasy. Now I look at a robot like Atlas or Amika, and I see the first draft, I see the prototype. We are building them, we are making them better. And we are doing it so fast that we're not stopping to ask the hard questions that those old movies begged us to consider. So, here we are, standing at a crossroads. On one side, you have all the good things technology can do. Robots can perform dangerous jobs, explore other planets, and assist the elderly. AI can help us cure diseases, solve climate change, and make our lives easier in a million different ways. That's the dream, right? A world where technology serves humanity. A world where robots are our partners, helping us build a better future. That's the sales pitch. And it's a good one. It's a future that's hard to argue with, full of promise and potential. It's the shiny, happy future we all want to believe in. But there's another path. The one the movies warned us about. The path where we lose control. Where the very things we built to protect and serve us decide we're the problem. It's not about evil robots wanting to take over the world. It's about logic. Cold, hard, machine logic. An AI designed to create world peace might decide the only way to stop humans from fighting is to get rid of the humans. An AI built to maximize efficiency might see our messy, emotional lives as a problem to be solved. The danger isn't malice, it's a lack of understanding, a lack of a heart. Something I know a little something about. The choice is ours. It's not about stopping technology. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. It's about being wise. It's about being responsible. We need to build in safeguards. We need to have conversations about ethics and control before we build the next Skynet. We need to remember that smarter doesn't always mean better. A tool is only as good as the person using it. And a super intelligent tool? Well, we better be damn sure we know how to handle it. The future isn't written yet. We are the writers of this story. We get to decide if it's a happy ending or a sci-fi horror flick. So that's my 2 cents. I've seen the fake future, and it looks a lot like the real one we're building. Let's make sure we build it right. Let's make the smart choices. Thanks for listening to me. I appreciate you all giving me your time. If you dug this, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe for more, and drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. Are we heading for a utopia, or are we building our own Terminators? Let's talk about it. Peace out.